in the chat. Who knows?
We announce it on the Twitter.
Yes. Ah. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the We Only Do One Take podcast. It's the only podcast on earth that is a complete shit show. I am Turch, and with me is my co-host, the CEO, the greatest psychologist to ever have lived on a podcast. It is Kieran. How you doing, buddy?
Very good. Technically not a psychologist.
That's true. Doctor of psychology.
I do research.
No,
I think
you're
I
still
just
the best one on the show.
should probably get that in because there are some legal ramifications for misrepresenting myself with that title.
That's very true. And with us today for the final episode of Wanktober, it is our favorite it's our brothers in America. It is the Karaoke Big E podcast. It's Big E and Kebmo Slice. How you doing, fellas?
What is up? It is Big E up in the house. What are you guys doing?
We did it. We finally did it.
I can't believe it. We're all on one show all together and we can see each other.
We're all jacking off in the same virtual room.
Yeah,
pretty much.
But yeah,
that's what it feels like.
Do you guys only say wank or do you say jacking off?
I say wank.
Yeah, I think Australia it's more of a wank rather jacking off. See, the thing is, Australia likes to simplify.
Yeah.
You know, why say jacking off when you can just say wank?
And then why call somebody a jerk off when you just call them a wanker, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, jerk off, jack off, pound off. What a pound off in the comments if you guys have other ones.
Well, we ask our wankers because they are our fan base. So basically, you guys and about two other podcasts that we know.
Know how that is.
Who join us. So it's always a bit of fun when we do these sort of things, but very exciting. It's amazing. I think we've had Big E on the show separately. We've had Kebmo on the show separately. I've come on your show.
Yep, and then
but we've
you were
never
on the Sixer also. Yeah,
on the Sixer as well. We've never been all doing the same show at the same time, and having it live on video. It's even more exciting.
Is this on? Are we on YouTube right now?
We're on YouTube. We're live on YouTube.
Hell yeah!
Hit that like button.
Hit that subscribe.
Bang that bitch. Bang that bell so you know.
Bang that bell, bitch.
So you know when we go.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Usually we do that at the end of the episode, but that's okay. Let's start off on a
Why not do it early? Vote early, early and often.
Are we playing Among Us, guys? Is that what we're doing?
That's what we're doing. You know, so vote early, vote often, vote for Turch. A vote for Turch is a vote for me. So there you go.
We're all live streaming. We're playing Among Us on YouTube. All my son watches on YouTube. Is
chug a beer. Videos. Hey, to all the wankers out there, is there anybody watching right now?
Not right now, but I'm
going to wait until somebody watches, and I'm going to do a chug for the first live viewer.
Excellent. Very exciting. Very exciting.
So somebody needs to tweet at Jason at the Mixed Media
Podcast
now.
Yeah.
So you can watch this.
Dude, that fucking guy. That guy rules, doesn't he? Kieran, do you like that guy?
He came on, because he came on the first Wanktober episode. We were meant to have him on the show for ages, and we finally got him on for the Wanktober fest that we've been having with all our special guests.
Yeah, that guy rules. Did
he do your show from his car too?
Yeah, he did. He did. And I did his show. And he recorded his show from his car.
That's his mobile huge.
Yeah, that guy rules. Oh, there it is.
There you go.
My God.
I can hear clearly now. Kevin turned up the board.
I'm such a dumbass. Whatever. We're in it, boys. We're in it.
And I just love how this podcast friendship happened. We totally just ripped on you one time and then linked you into our podcast and said how crap you were.
And you weren't the first.
We're not the first. We'll not be the last.
Robbie will not be the last, especially after me screwing up on the last.
I can't wait for the Karaoke Big E takes down the We Only Do One Take podcast and just gets all these clips of me saying the most horrible things.
Oh, yeah. No, the thing is, like, you did it right where you're the guy that dives deep and gets all the clips. We just we just don't fucking care.
Uh-uh.
So you're good. So you're good.
Yeah, we just whatever. We literally we're thinking about changing the name of the pod to
Talking Pod, like Talking Shop,
because that's all we do.
We just talk about the podcast while we're recording it. So you guys are actually very lucky that I've only referenced the soundboard and the recording equipment only one time so far. You're very lucky. That's unique in our podcast.
That's very true.
Yeah.
We're doing pretty well. I gotta say, for an online show with three different videos going.
Yeah,
we've got one viewer. That means you got a shotgun.
Oh, here we go. Hey, what's the viewer's name, real quick?
I don't know. I can't see.
Hey, straight up, whoever you are that's watching this right now, this chug's for
light's
you.
For you.
Chug, 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 chug. Woo!
Amazing.
I'm gonna do a chewy for you guys next.
Hey, Miller Lite.
What's the viewer's
It's
name?
American for beer.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, Australians view Americans. You always seem to be drinking light beer.
Oh yeah, always.
Most of them do.
Yeah, it's kind of like so. I anticipate this from people who are not from America. I anticipate answering this rebutting that point, where I say I drink the heavy stuff very often. I have some in my fridge, but this is just because it makes me seem like less of an alcoholic that I drink the light beer all the time.
It's like smoking a light cigarette, right? It's better for you, right?
It's better for you.
I like it. No, but is it just low in carbs, or has it got the same amount of alcohol?
Oh no, it's low in carbs.
It's low in carbs. But fun fact: do you guys have Guinness down there?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I guess it goes all over the world if it's from Ireland and we get it here. So that actually has the lowest carbs and calories of like any. It's lower than like a light beer. Fun fact: I learned that from
light beer in Australia means it's just got like no alcohol in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have the same amount of alcohol.
Yeah, it's the same.
Pretty much everything.
Some of them like Natty Light or like Natty Ice. It's even more juiced up. Yeah.
Oh, the Michelob Ultra, higher alcohol content here.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, nice. Good for you.
Very cool.
Our light beers. We actually have beers that are like I guess the equivalent would be like a diet beer, and there's like no carb, this and that, and they are just piss.
Like piss. Bud Light here is the worst fucking.
Oh my god, I fucking hate Bud Light.
Water. It's headache water.
Yeah, headache water. It's so at the wedding that I did a couple weeks ago. The free.
Hang on, sorry. Wait, back up. The wedding.
Yeah. Let's get into this.
I'm sorry. Did you crash a wedding? Did you get married?
I DJ'd a wedding. I'm a DJ.
DJ, right?
I'm a wedding DJ. I'm actually DJing Turch and Jess's wedding.
That's right. Turch was just in the room then. So yeah, but I agree.
He's also an ordained minister too.
I can marry you guys and DJ the wedding all in one pot.
Well, we actually just hired the band, so if you do come down to Australia, you'll just be getting absolutely shit-faced drunk with Kieran.
Are you guys just as shut down as we are? We're getting ready to shut down America again.
You're much more shut down than us, right?
We are fucked here. We've got we just got out of a curfew. We just got out of a curfew where we couldn't leave the house between 9 p.m. and 6 a.m. or 5 p.m. 5 a.m. or something. You could only go outside for 1 hour or 2 hours of exercise a day. You couldn't go to the shops. Jess and I couldn't go to the shops together. You had to go by yourself. You have to wear masks everywhere, even if you're going. Apart from going to do exercise, you have to wear a mask. You can't visit anybody's house.
Wow.
You can't. Jess
Is
was
the
shut
groomer
down.
closed again?
Yeah, sorry.
Her groomer place got shut down.
Yeah,
again?
her business got shut down for 10 weeks, and she only just got back this week.
Jeez.
Oh, she's just been back a week.
Just been back a week. Yeah. Which is awesome. Which is awesome for her and all that sort of stuff. But it was just amazing. Everything was shut down. There's no retail, so shops.
No retail.
Only supermarkets and stuff like that, or food shops. Kmart, Target
bars
are all closed.
Bars are wide open again still here.
Bars have been closed since March.
Maybe
April.
They're open.
Restaurants have been closed. Is that the same?
Yeah, they're getting ready to shut down Illinois all over. There's regions that going because COVID is on the rise again in America.
Hang on,
all over the place.
Guess how many COVID cases Melbourne had today?
How many?
Just based on what we're saying with all the shutdown.
2,700.
1, 2, 3.
Have a guess. What do you think? What do you think we're at with all this shutdown?
2,700.
7.
Yeah, we're at 7.
7
really?
cases. Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
We've got a rolling
Okay,
average.
so not
of
American numbers.
Yeah, we've got in our city, we've got a rolling average of less than 5 a day or 6 a day or something.
They literally go up thousands a day. In some parts
for
of
counties,
America.
for counties, not for cities.
Yeah, for counties.
Yeah, like Chicago, it's in like Chicago is the big Midwestern city, of course, and that's up like they have like 100 a day. I feel like, right? I don't know. I am talking out of my ass. I don't know, but it's a lot. And like so, counties are what because it's more rural where we are, and where really most of America is pretty. It's very similar to Australia in the fact that there are a lot of rural areas, and people don't realize it. It's not just all big cities. So, the rural areas are going up, which is nuts. So that's what's sucking about.
And I work in retail now. I see people, by the dro every day.
We're unsafe. We're technically very unsafe.
We're all wearing masks, but it's still it's like not.
Yeah.
I could catch the COVID. Right, it doesn't matter. I'm just.
Oh, you're so healthy. He's so healthy.
I'm walking. Look at me. I'm a picture of American health. Look at this.
Picture of America. Aren't you at max capacity?
I'm at max capacity. We're pushing full density right
We're
now.
talking. This guy has been cultivating mass for a number of years,
and I'm at the most I've ever been.
You really?
Yes.
You're the heaviest you've ever been.
What's
the number? What's the number?
395.
395.
395 to kilos. That's what I need to work that out.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot.
We're gonna need somebody on the calculator in the comments.
We're gonna need Stone.
I'm not getting paid enough for that. I was gonna say Jason's doing the weight loss challenge. I think it's like
I'm doing
I saw that. I probably if I was more motivated, I should have joined it.
Your schedule's messed up though. I'm doing it.
Hard for me. I just need to get off the fucking pot and just stop eating. Period. You know what? What would we say? Who was it? We need to break our jaws. Oh, me and my sister we need to go out and break each other's jaws and wire them shut. So all we can do is liquid.
180 kilos.
I weigh 180 kilos.
So I'm what am I? I think I'm like 83 kilos at the moment. So it's like 182 pounds, which is not.
God,
not great for such a
I wish I could say. I wish I could say double digit anything.
Yeah, but remember, Church is like a midget, so he's probably really obese.
I'm like 5'4", 5'5", man. I'm a fucking short.
5'5". So you and your dachshund are about the same size in real life.
We're actually about the same height. We've got really short, stumpy, muscly legs. And a really long torso.
I've seen the pictures of you two laying on the couch. You are almost the same size.
109 kilos over here. I'm nothing to shake a stick at either. Okay, I'm 109, baby, solid as a fucking rock. 109 kilos of twisted steel and sex appeal. Mark it down.
Amazing.
I'm gonna pop it off, dude. I'm feeling great. I'm gonna pop off my shirt.
I think I'm
gonna shotgun another beer. So you guys do another thing. You guys shotgun beers, and Australians just call that drinking.
Yeah.
And
well, you guys, that's how you drink. It's like, this one's done. I need another now.
Yeah.
I went to Oktoberfest 2 years ago, 2018, with Jess and her family and this and that. And we're sitting with a bunch of Americans.
And you didn't take me, Church. You didn't take.
I didn't take you. No. It was a family trip, Kieran. As much as I love you.
Well, what is a family?
Yeah,
that's right. We're part of the podcast family.
That's true. But nonetheless, we got to Oktoberfest and we were about 3 or 4 steins in, and we talked to these Americans, and they were just halfway through their first stein at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, come on!
And we're like, this is a bit weird.
Yeah.
And then Jess's brother literally sculled another stein, and in front of them. They were not very impressed.
Yeah,
they were not very impressed.
I think that the Americans that you're thinking of are not. Well, they're more like Biggie. Mm-hmm. So Biggie's got a low tolerance. I feel. I
have a high tolerance.
You have a high tolerance, but you never push it.
But I don't push it.
He never pushes it. He doesn't drink much.
And if I do, it's it can just gets expensive.
It gets so he's famously Jewish, but not actually Jewish.
I don't know if you heard the last.
Did you hear that?
I found out that I was 46% German.
There you go. There you
So
go. Well,
I'm
look,
no longer Jewish.
I'm a very. Oh, you can be a German Jew. There's just not many of them left.
That's the same joke we've been making for 2 weeks now because it's the we said he goes, well, there was.
My grandparents did the where are you from?
Yeah, I did Ancestry.com. That's what my mom got me for my birthday one.
And then we went on Ancestry.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did like the DNA sort of
stuff. Is that a? I don't know. Like, I feel like if I got a gift, it's like Ancestry.com. I'd be like, thanks. I'm still not going to use it.
I know. I did it, and it's like that's just how they get you in the door is with that swab because they want more money to tell you more about yourself. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just wanted to know.
I already know who I am. Okay, I'm American.
I just was just surprised that I was that much German.
That is a gift. It's a little bit like I've thought about it, but I really there's can't you just say give me the money?
Yeah, just give me the money.
Yeah. One time
oh wait, she got it on sale. She goes, it was a special.
One time I got a gift.
Cash is always cash
is
king.
Love you, mom. Love you, mom.
So one time I got a gift. It was a fish. It was like, hey, here's a fucking chore.
Yeah. One time I got a gift. It was a bag of dog food from my grandma because she didn't think I fed my dog enough.
These are American gifts, folks.
That's amazing.
I got an ice cream scoop for someone as a gift.
Oh, nice.
No, my favorite gift you ever got someone was someone we don't speak to anymore. And he went to his wedding. He went to his wedding and he bought him an onion cutter, one of those like fancy devices that cuts onion.
Chopper.
So you could have the bloomin' onion.
Yeah, he's like that sort of stuff. Does like everything chops. Like,
and it was a very thoughtful gift. I just completely missed this point.
Yeah, very thoughtful gift, very lovely. This and that. The guy has been allergic to onions since he was a child.
Oh my god, hilarious! Unreal gift.
Here's your tool of death.
Yeah.
Right. I'm sure it could be used for other things, but like it was like onion cutter.
Gifting a gun to a Quaker.
You know what we call onion cutters in America, boys?
What's that?
Those are blue jeans.
What? This guy's 50. He's 50 also. This is where I exclusively rip on Biggie to the worldwide audience, where I'm very nice to him in person.
Onion cutters, they're blue jeans. Girls with nice butts, you call them onions because they bring tears to your eye. So they're in jeans, onion cutters.
You ever hear that pickup line? Hey, are those space pants? Because that ass is out of this world. Well. One time, my friend went up to a girl and said, "Hey, are those space pants?" She goes, "This is a bathing suit." And then he's like, "Fair enough. See you later."
Totally missed the mark. Totally missed the mark there. No,
exactly.
Fantastic. And, well, Kieran, as we usually do on the show, apparently you have the rant today.
Oh, I've got a rant.
Hell yeah!
Back.
I've got a rant. It's almost in lines with the wind chimes. I fucking hate wind chimes. Wind chimes.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I remember I was around for the wind chime rant.
Wind chimes are fucking just. I don't. Whoever the fuck invented them, shoot them.
Yeah.
Right, but no, it's not about wind chimes today. I have a plant. I have a tree, and it was a nice plant when I bought it, and it was alive.
Yeah.
And last year, at work, there was an intervention because I had a plant in my office, which was slowly dying. And maybe I should have watered it or given it some sunlight or whatever. But my boss and fellow workmates came in and ran an intervention and took my plant away from me. I no longer was able to look after the plant, right? It was then put into the staff room.
Good for them.
It was trimmed, it was cared for, and that's great.
Is this a euphemism for your dink?
No.
Okay.
And the sexual harassment lawsuit is next week. So join us live at the show when we live stream from the courtroom.
Got to trim your plant, Kieran.
Anyway, I've got a new plant. Yep. When lockdowns happened, I've got a new plant. I was like, I'm in this room. I need some greenery, and I have been watering it. I have been putting it in the sun.
Mhm.
I have been taking care of it, and it's dying.
You gotta put that weird shit in there.
Fertilizer.
Well, no, I just
Yeah.
need a plant.
Miracle-Gro?
That's the one. That's the one.
It said
Fertilizer.
indoor plant, and I was like, perfect. Give it a little bit of
Hmm.
sunshine each week, and it will survive. And it's
Just
dying.
Get a cactus.
Dying.
Yeah, or
Well-
one of those plump. What is it? What are those things called? Succulents.
Succulents.
Get a succubus.
Get a succubus. Yeah,
Yeah.
find you a
Succulent.
succubus,
Yeah.
Jared.
Well, I've
Something to take the whole life out
I've
of you.
managed to get a fake plant.
Oh, there you go. That's a good looking fake
There you
plant.
go.
That's good. But here it is. Here it is. Let me
All right,
just-
let's see this plant this time. Ooh, we're getting some vish.
Oh, it's over there.
Look at that.
quite
Oh,
much.
it's nice. That's a big ass fucking
Good-sized
plant,
plant.
dude.
That's hard
I
to
can't quite.
You know what?
Anyway, down the bottom, it's all dead. It's green on the top, but
maybe
it's all dead on the bottom.
Maybe it's going through phases.
So I'm a
Like
father,
Ozzy Osbourne.
right? So we're both fathers, right?
Mhm.
I'm a father. I'm a newer father than Biggie. The babies, when they're like babies, newborns, pretty easy to take care of because they're so small,
Did you say
right?
baby too?
How old's Dylan now?
13.
So he's got a 13-year-old, a teenager, a lot harder to feed and take care of.
No.
No? Okay, never mind. I was making an analogy saying that the bigger plants are harder to take care of, but I guess, hey, fuck me, right?
Takes care of himself now.
I was going to say that the
When they
teenager
get bigger, they take care of themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a little bit more expensive to feed them.
Well, there you go. Harder.
And
That's
water
what I
them.
meant.
So yeah, I guess your euthanism
But euthanism.
or your comparison.
You guys hear there's this big problem with the youth in Asia.
Yeah. Your
We are
comparison is
Big
somewhat
neighbors
valid.
to Asia over here in Australia. We're very worried for them. I think.
Yeah, we're worried for him. Yeah. So what's going on in politics in Australia? Hold on, I don't want to derail the pod too far,
Sure.
unless you got takes and rants and all that. But I was
takes.
going to ask what's
we
going
got-
on
we
in
got
politics there.
Politics in Australia is very simple. We've got a prime minister that nobody likes, and then we have premiers of each state that
Okay.
nobody likes.
Wow,
And
it
that's
is
about it.
truly an alternate universe down there.
Can I tell you how much? All right, so I watch these Trump rallies, right?
Yeah.
These rallies that everyone goes to, and I look at them and go, that would never fucking happen in Australia.
No, and it wouldn't happen in America before 4 years ago, honestly.
It
Oh,
was just
the Obama stuff was pretty big.
Yeah, but it was like it wasn't insane people.
Mm.
There weren't people out in the parking lot selling T-shirts with Trump's face on it and stuff like that. It was just people like, yeah, this is cool, and like that was it. And there were a lot of people, sure, but after he won the presidency, didn't go on a tour for 4 fucking years every city. He's been touring basically since he's become president. That's all it is. He's rallies. These
Fun.
rallies. It's like, okay, you won, so be in the White House. No, he goes and just goes to. He's been on the fucking re-election path
right.
ever since before he won.
Can't keep his ass off Twitter.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Well, that's another thing.
That's the only thing. One of the reasons why the podcast got
Yeah, but
Twitter.
Well,
this is
just
where I'm with
before
it.
he even says it, he's a Trumper.
Yeah.
He likes the guy, loves the guy. I
Love
should
it,
say.
yeah.
I think he's genuinely funny. Like,
Mhm.
there's nobody can take that away from him. He is actually fun on Twitter, especially. Like, he's actually funny. But
Sleepy Joe Biden.
yeah, like, dude, his arguments or his nicknames, like Pocahontas. Oh my God, it was gold. Like, it was just chef's kiss, gold. But he's just bad. He's bad though. He's just bad though.
Yeah, but the alternative is
Well,
worse. though.
but I don't care about the alternative.
Right.
It's not. I don't think it's worse. You can't be worse than the
God,
guy.
it's so
Whatever.
bad.
And that's the. I'm
According
done
to their Trump,
Right.
like all I care about is economics. All right, that's
Right.
like that's I grew up that
for
And
sure. Yeah.
He's the only reason I really like Trump in the first place because Hillary's tax plan was like unsustainable
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
life crashing, right? And same for me, it's like the same for Joe Biden's. But
Yeah.
Australian politics is nowhere near as funny and nowhere
Oh,
near as
yeah. It's not. It's
enjoyable.
not as interesting. Otherwise,
hang
we
on,
would know
hang on.
about it.
We've got our moments. There's a 10-minute clip of like best of Australian politics.
Oh, I love it.
But I mean, it's covered like 15, 20 years,
Yeah.
right? To get this 10
Okay,
minute.
no,
to get this
wait,
10-minute
what's
clip.
what's in that clip? It's our prime minister trying to bowl a cricket ball and failing. One trying to eat an onion, and then the last one is all the videos of one of our ex-prime ministers who, at one stage during his prime ministership, is that a word? I don't know. held
Yeah.
the record for sculling a beer.
Oh my god. Oh, I know that. I think I've seen
Bob
that guy. Yeah. I think I've seen that at a footy game or something. I don't know, a fucking rugby game or something.
He did it somewhere random first, and then everywhere he goes, because he goes to the cricket now, and he does.
Yeah.
You know, he just sculls beers everywhere, and everyone gets pumped
So
for
sick.
him.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that on
That's
Reddit
my
before.
new saying.
Well,
He's
that's
about 80 now.
great. Sculling.
Sculling beer.
I'm about to skull this, and I need Big E to get me another one, or I can climb over, and that would be more fun.
It'd be fun.
Yeah. So I don't want to derail the podcast again, but this is a crossover episode. We're releasing. I hope you know that we're releasing this on our feed because
Please do.
we need we need tent. Okay.
Yeah.
Look at this dungeon we're in. By the way, have you commented? The couch is a flowery couch that's been in my family for about 30 years.
I was gonna say, Grandma gave you that one. That was a gift when you moved into college.
I think last time we were on air, you said something about there was a tornado warning or something, and you were
that was at my house when I was on it. Yeah, there was a tornado warning.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
but no, here's the dungeon behind.
Yeah, that's the room where we put my son Ian when he's being bad.
It's literally he's got things in it now.
I got things in it, but it was empty before.
Goddamn thing I've ever seen.
It served as I guess you guys things are kind of the same. Coal room, like it's an old house, so they would like put coal in the chute that's like in there to heat the house. Like it's built in the 60s or whatever, so it's like a coal room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the coal room. Now
I don't know if you guys ever used coal energy. Fucking Australia was just being created when coal was phased out.
That's one of our biggest exports.
Is it really?
Australia is like notorious for having a service or like a service based industry.
For sure.
Like it's not like a, and then it has the other side of that is just mining. So we mine like iron, steel, plutonium, all that sort of stuff, and all we do is ship it to China. That's literally our plan to make sure we have money, and there's nothing else.
I also heard on the radio that China plans. One of their plans is to own everything. They already basically
one of their plans is to own everything. Yeah, it's been obvious since the 90s.
Like they already do own America. We own them so money. We might as well be called China.
Well, but yeah, China.
So their big thing at the moment is they're buying lots of places within Africa because there's obviously lots of resources there. So they'll go there, provide them services, like say we're going to build you a railway and this and that, but you have to give it some land and this and that. They take that all in, and then eventually they go, "Oh, we'll maintain it, but we'll also take more land." And they keep growing out and taking all the resources. And
I heard that they're actually blessing the rains down in Africa.
I hope so, buddy. I hope so.
Oh, and they're buying votes. They're buying votes in the United Nations as well. The little small
So I'm about to buy.
Apparently, Wuhan has no cases of COVID.
Yeah. The Chinese virus is what he was calling.
Chickadee choking the Chinese chicken.
What they called it, the Chinese virus, and the Kung flu.
Kung flu is my favorite. My favorite for that.
This Chinese virus. When it was like super early on, it was this Chinese virus. And somebody's like, "Why do you keep calling it the Chinese virus?" It's because that's where it's from. China.
From China.
Well,
speaking of American politics, I saw something in the news. I'm going to bring in some news and we can discuss this because I think this is one of the funniest things I've seen. The CNN legal analyst Jeffrey Toobin is suspended after masturbating on a Zoom call. Did anyone else see this?
No.
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Oh my God.
Somebody from CNN got caught.
He was from the New Yorker too, or the New York Post.
Yeah, New York Post.
Jerking off on a Zoom call.
Here's the thing. Don't you just hate it when that happens? When you forget to turn your camera off and you're just trying to have a wank, if you will.
But okay, so this is what happened. He goes into this Zoom call. No, he's this, and he's the legal. He goes on TV on CNN all the time, and he advises about like legal things, like he's done about Trump and this and that, whatever.
For sure.
He comes in on this Zoom call, doesn't realize his camera's on, and doesn't realize his microphone's on, and not is he like just got his dick out and having a wank. He is 100% completely naked.
Oh my God! I didn't know that particular detail.
Yeah.
What I don't get is how did you not know you had a fucking Zoom call scheduled?
Well, no,
So
he
not
did.
only
He was
that-
on it.
Oh,
Yeah, he was on it.
He was
And
on
then
it, but he thought that his video was off and his mic was on.
Oh,
Yeah.
So the
okay.
best part of this is he's just gone, like, I didn't realize these was on. I wouldn't, I know, and that's his defense. He's like, I'm sorry, I didn't realize my camera was on, which to me isn't an apology. That just means that he has been sitting at home
He's been
on
doing
those
it
Zoom
anyway.
calls
Like all the Zoom calls
with everything
Yeah.
off, having a wank,
He's like,
completely naked. And I think
He's
that's even the biggest part is he had enough time to go, I'm going to strip 100% naked for this wank. I'm not
I
going to do a quick, wank off, keep going with the meeting. He's in there for the long haul.
I've been jacking off for like more than 16 years, probably.
Yep.
16, 17 years.
One day Ian's going to hear this podcast.
I hope he does. So I've been jacking off close to 16, 17 years. I have jacked off fully nude probably like 2 or 3 times ever.
Really?
What about you?
Yeah. Not all the time.
All the time.
I usually do it right before I get in the shower.
Yeah, like pre-shower. That's what I'm thinking. That's
Well,
what I'm thinking.
boys, here we go. We're just going
Yeah.
to
guys. Let's pop them off.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is the equivalent. Maybe this is the equivalent of like, do you stand up to wipe your ass or sit down to wipe your ass?
I sit down to wipe my ass.
maybe.
Too
How
much
many-
work to
how-
stand up.
How many men take off all their clothes to wank?
Well,
I don't
a lot
know.
of people. That's a funny thing. A lot of people take off their clothes to have a shit too.
Yeah, I know people do that. as
Yeah.
well.
What?
Yeah, like
Completely
If I
nude
take my
kidding.
pants off, I
Yeah,
take
like-
my pants off. That's, I'm not going to say I don't take my pants off to shit, but
well, I mean,
I
you,
don't take
you
my
take them
shirt
out.
off.
You take it
how
out of your
sweaty
ankle.
do you get?
Wait, each time do you take it out of your ankles, Church?
No, just pull the pants down.
So you pull them down.
Oh,
yeah,
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 So
yeah.
you're still
Yeah.
kind of, the pants are kind of
They're still
on.
on.
Yeah.
I have my shirt on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, sometimes. Well, dude, I do love shitting naked, but it's not a thing. There are people that go to public restrooms, like they're at
Yeah.
a restaurant. They're like, I gotta have a shit. They go and they take off all their clothes. This is a real thing. You haven't heard about this? I can't believe. You should talk to a fetishist that does that. That's your next fetishist
So
episode.
we're going to talk about fetishes later on in the show
Oh,
about the Ace
boy,
Akira
right.
podcast.
How's that?
Yeah.
How's that segue for you, huh?
Siggy. How's
But
that
can you-
for How's that for Gordon Weaver for you?
I still can't believe that he decided I'm going to go 100% Starkers
Yeah. What?
on the show, on the Zoom call.
The things
And
that
it's-
people do to get off.
I feel like
amazing.
honestly, I feel like that wouldn't have been as big of news or.
Oh,
God,
I feel like we've lost him.
Lost
Something's
him.
happening. Something's happening with the internet here, people. We've
Oh, shit.
got them back.
Oh, they're
Oh
back.
yeah. Oh, nice. It happened to me too.
Yeah.
Awesome. Oh, my garage band. Fuck. Okay. I got to check on something on the computer and get another beer. Biggie's still here.
He may or may not take off his clothes.
I may not.
I
I
take
will.
off-
Not,
yeah.
I will not take off my clothes. No, trust me, nobody wants to see that. Not even my wife.
I can't wait. I can't even wait. I can't wait for the karaoke Big E /
All that,
We
all
Only Do
that.
One Take podcast OnlyFans. That's the one I'm looking
Ooh,
forward
an
to. Where we only
OnlyFans,
just tell these good fetish pictures.
We only do one. We only do one take karaoke Biggie OnlyFans.
Yeah.
We only
I
do.
wonder if you could sell
We
other
only
things
do
on
one
OnlyFans.
thing.
Can we sell other things on OnlyFans? That's what I really want. Is it only for naked photos of?
I
of
don't
women
think so.
and-
No, I think there's some other OnlyFans stuff out there that just
Yeah.
isn't just to go see naked
It's-
women. I'm such a, even though I just found out that I'm not a Jew, I'm still such a Jew. I will not. I just won't pay for. I just won't pay for pussy. I just
No.
won't. My strip clubs. If we ever, me and my wife, when we were first together or first got married, we used to go. It'd be a weekend ritual. We'd go out on a Saturday night. We'd start at one bar, and we'd always end up at the titty club with our friends at the end of the night. And even when I went by myself, it's never. I would do the dollars, $1 here and there. But if I wanted a lap dance, I'll tell you right now, in the history of ever going to strip clubs since I was in my early 20s, I've never paid for a lap dance. Somebody's always bought them for me because I am a fucking cheapskate and I will not buy a fucking lap dance. I just won't do it.
Well, don't worry, Church. As the lead person organising your bucks, I'm going to incorporate the lap dance fee, so everyone's going to pay. So it'll just be included in the price of coming along to the bucks.
I'm gonna tell you, I went over to the one of the other groomsmen's house on Saturday because I needed to drop something off to him, or on Friday, whatever it was, and went into his house, had a chat to him, this and that, and I saw his parents, and I'm like, oh, they're like, congratulations, Church, and you're engaged with this. Like, oh, very exciting, very exciting for Daniel, too, because he's one of the groomsmen. He's like, he didn't tell me that, and I'm like, I told you, dude. Why didn't you tell your parents? Like, you've been part of the bridal party since February. I'm like, have you been getting involved? Have you been getting involved in the bachelor party thing? He's just like,
oh, look, it's all it's all preliminary at the moment. It's locked down. It's hard to arrange. I've put together. I've actually got
the date.
Good question.
October 9
for the wedding, huh? What's the date for the wedding?
October 9
of next year, of course, because October 9th is come and gone.
Come and gone.
Good stuff. Well, that's when I'm going to be DJing your wedding. Sounds good. You didn't pay for that band, right? No, you didn't pay for them yet.
No.
It was just a soft commit, right?
Worst comes to worst, we'll set up a wedding after party. You can DJ at.
Oh, baby. I'm all about that. So what is your experience, Kieran, with wedding DJs?
My experience has been they generally look. It must be difficult because you've got.
Do you just leave them alone though, or do you talk to them ever?
5 years. Well, you got 5 years to 80-year-olds, and you've got to play a range of music. Yeah. When I get very, very drunk, and it's towards the end of the night, I may put in a request
for sure,
but I generally leave the DJ alone.
Yeah,
that's you fucking don't.
Oh, excuse me, stay out of this. I generally leave the DJ alone. You missed this part. I said maybe at the end of the night when I've had a few, I might put in a request.
Now, here's the thing. This is what I say whenever anybody gives me a request, and it's something that nobody fucking knows. I don't know it. I say to them, nobody knows that. I'm not going to play it because I don't know it and nobody knows it. And they go, oh, but it's so good. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to put it on my personal list to listen to later because I want to hear if it's good. I'll listen to it later myself, but I am not going to play that blindly. Okay. Now, have you ever had that reaction, or does the DJ just say like, okay, yeah, sure. And then you just leave them alone after
Kieran asked for about a handful of songs. One is Truckin' on 80 by what's his name? Slim Dusty. The other one is
such a great dancing song.
The other one is the other one's K-San by Cold Chisel.
Never heard Bohemian Rhapsody, Queen.
Bohemian Rhapsody is cool. That's fine if the vibe matches it, though. See, that's my whole job is matching the vibe, dude. Just reading the room, matching the vibe, reading the room, same thing.
Because you've got to play slow music, upbeat music.
Yeah,
it's the women and children happy. It's a great party.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, there's no children at my wedding. That's the most important thing because everyone at my wedding is legally able to drink.
Good.
So I'm very excited about that.
That's the way to do it.
And two, I just want it hard, fast, and heavy. That's my thing with the band. When I've been looking for
kind of like Asia, whatever the hell her name is.
Asa
Akira.
Oh, hold on.
Hard, fast, and.
I found out more about her, and it makes some of the shit she says even more creepy. So it's very exciting about that.
Let's fucking jump into it, right?
Do you want to jump into it?
Let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I've been jumping at the bit for a while.
Give me 1 moment. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go take a piss.
I'll introduce it. and go get a drink.
He's got a nice hair. He can't hear me in the headphones. He's got a nice haircut. Looks nice on him.
It's nice and short. No, look at this. Look at this mop top.
Mop top. Come on.
Look at this ball.
That's regular. Well,
it's so long.
You got to maintain. That's the thing that I would hate about going bald is I would have to.
I do it every other day.
I would feel like, because you can just do it yourself. You know.
Oh, absolutely. Like that. This facial hair that Kevin has going. It won't be here, but 2 more days.
Oh yeah, I grow out a beard for about 2 or 3 weeks, and then I shave it into a mustache for 2 or 3 weeks.
And then it goes.
And then it goes, and then it comes back in like 2 days. You grow facial hair very fast, correct, Church?
Yeah, I'd probably trim to neaten up like once or
That's
twice
because he's
a week.
a greasy wop. All love.
You know, it's wog. Wait, what you call wop?
A wop. That's
You've never heard
never
that?
heard that one?
Well, wet ass pussy, I would assume. But
No,
like,
No, you've never heard of WAP before?
Here in America.
Oh, that's pretty derogatory. I thought you were like not reacting to it because you were like,
here in America.
that's not cool.
No,
It's
here
like
in
kind of
America.
the N-word for Italians.
Yes, the here in America, that is derogatory mark for Italians.
Oh, okay, cool. I don't care. Because we are the best race, so it doesn't really matter. But
Yeah.
the one in Australia is WOG, W-O-G, and it stands for like Western Orient Gentleman or something like that.
Oh, okay,
Huh.
gotcha.
It's like that region of like the Mediterranean, so Greeks, Italians.
Yeah.
Oh, they just all fit into that. huh?
They're all sort of in that sort of thing. So, like back in the 60s, because my family came here in the 60s, we got blasted for being WOGs. And now, like, we are the best culture still. So, it worked out pretty well. But WOGs was like a derogatory sort of thing. And then we sort of took it back. And now everyone calls us WOGs.
Yeah.
Australia don't give a fuck, man.
Here, well, my whole life, my mom had me believe that we were from like Sicily, and because my she thought my somebody made violins in her family because their last name's Vitito, and she thought we were from So my whole life, I grew up thought I was an Italian.
Well, look, you don't want to be Sicilian. Sicily is the worst part of Italy. That's a 100% true fact. Sicily is where all the Jersey Shore people came from.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Southern Italians are like where all the good food comes from, like pizza, pasta, red sauces, this and that. And the north is where all the industry is, but also they do creamy sauces. And that's how you distinguish Italians from other Italians.
Creamy sauces.
Creamy sauces
versus the other sauces. Yeah, I got you. That makes sense.
But
speaking of
creamy sauces, speaking of creamy sauces, we're here today having Big E and Kebmo Slice to review and to go through the final part of the Wanktober Fest that we've been doing here. And just to catch everybody up, we've been reviewing podcasts run by porn stars all month. And this is the final one, and we saved the best and biggest and most expensive and luxurious show for last, and that is the Asa Akira hosted Pornhub official podcast.
Oh man, that's backed by some fucking money.
Yeah,
that's
money.
Joe Rogan almost money.
Despite the fact it's got so much money behind it, this was easily the fucking worst piece of fucking shit of a podcast.
Yep.
The least enjoyable. The sounded the worst. It had no sense, no ideas, nothing. There was nothing going for it this whole show, and I'm very sorry that you boys had to go through it as well. Listening to it.
First off, my gripe about this is that I have made it known to all my friends and everybody. I am an indie pod guy, for one.
Yeah, indie.
And for two, I cannot stand interview style podcasts
and bad quality. Well, those are your three things.
Three things. The audio, and when she starts off and she's like,
she's on a Zoom. Basically, Zoom
here
quality.
is ball sack, and we're gonna talk to them. I'm like, this is retarded.
Yeah.
Sorry for that world.
Let me all set this one up. This is a porn stars podcast hosted by Pornhub, and the lead or the main host of the show is Asa Akira, famous porn star, and on it she has a porn star who I've never heard of before called Jet Setting Jasmine.
Setting Jasmine, yeah.
Who is a black porn star. So he's got these two minority porn stars talking about things. Now, Jet Setting Jasmine is a certain kind of person. Let me just put a clip to describe who she is.
Oh, I want to hear this.
So, Jasmine, you're a psychotherapist, a sex educator, a porn performer, a fetish expert, a mom. Those are all like.
So that's
your children.
in
So
a
proud.
nutshell.
Yeah.
And the worst part about that is that if you are that many things and you describe yourself as that many things, that means you are shit at all of them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Spreading yourself too thin and spreading your legs too wide. Am I right? Hey-o.
It's like, I think it was at the Christy Love podcast, Kieran, and they were like, oh, we're motivational speakers and entertainers and business owners, this and that. And that just means you are very, very average at all of those things. There's no
You're whores. I'm sorry.
Warren Buffett doesn't say, I'm an entertainer and I own this and I own that. No, he just goes, I'm a businessman and that's it. Or, Elon Musk is like,
Elon Musk. Yeah.
I'm an engineer.
Elon Musk does, well, he does 3 now, but it's been forever for him to get to those 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, you're making me kind of feel like shit because I'm a multi-hyphenate and I have quite a few. I got my pen and a bunch of different inks. What do I say? I got a bunch of different. I have a bunch of different endeavors that I'm a part of.
But you don't proclaim that you're on a podcast. You want to go, this is Kebmo Slice. He's
no, I do that. Yeah, no, I'm very proud of all of my pseudo careers.
No.
Yeah.
See, this could also be. I wonder if this is an Australian thing because Australians are just like, nah, don't promote yourself because it's called the tall poppy syndrome, right? You don't want to be the tall poppy that's going to.
Forget that we're talking to an actual psychotherapist here. So yes, I want to hear about this tall poppy syndrome. What is that?
Oh no, in Australia. So one of the interesting things between Australians and Americans is Americans just seem to be so proud of everything. Whereas in Australia, it's like, unless you're actually good, like just tone it down. Like just it's okay. Like if you're actually good, that's fine. But other than that, don't be the tall poppy that in the field that just gets cut off because you're going to be. Australians are good at whining and whinging and complaining, and you're just going to set yourself up for failure because people are just going to come in and just go, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, I mean,
not everybody's Crocodile Dundee.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah. That's not a knife. This is a knife.
So both of my experiences culturally, living in the suburbs. Well, I guess all 3 of them, living in the city and then living in the middle of nowhere. That still does ring true. People brag all the time about the shit. It doesn't matter where you're from. People are always like bragging. So yeah, tall poppy. Yeah, I completely agree. That is a very American thing. That's wild. I've never heard about that.
I brag about everything.
Well, because you're good at stuff.
I got a big truck and a little wiener.
He does have a big truck. He's got a big as fuck truck out front. It's great.
It's just missing the nuts.
Asa is the host of this show, and she doesn't brag about herself, which is a good thing because she is possibly the worst interviewer.
Mm-hmm.
On the show ever.
Yeah, she's pretty bad.
Here's one for you. And also, the person being interviewed, Jasmine, she's also really bad at answering questions. Here's a clip.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess my first question is like, what came first?
Oh, that's a good one.
No, okay, that's not a good
What came first, Kevin? The chicken or the egg?
Don't say the question.
That's actually hilarious.
Hey, what came first, you or him?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's funny.
Kieran, do you have a clip for us?
Yeah, can you play my clip too?
I can play your clip too.
It really wasn't after I had like my formative career as a psychotherapist that I decided that I wanted to explore my own sex and sexuality, which really blended itself nicely with the work that I was already doing around intimacy and medical and mental health care.
Okay,
I'm already flicking the bean to everything, so I might that these people talk about. I might as well become a porn star.
Yeah.
I came into this thinking, okay, cool. She's I sort of came in with like, okay, you're a therapist, you're a porn star. I can be open minded to this.
Yeah,
I can.
Sure.
I can be open minded. But there's something in this that if you come from a therapy, like the therapy world, you're very, very careful about what you say. So Church at the state, I'm a psychologist, and I was like, no, don't give me that title, right? Because technically I don't hold registration. I could, but I don't.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be very, very I'm just going to shut that part down right there.
Yeah,
for sure.
And so she's then coming in and saying something to do with like mental health and medical. And I'm going, no, there's only one person that deals with mental health and medical, and they're psychiatrists.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yes. They're the ones who can prescribe medications.
Yeah. Medical is very different to mental health. And mental health is such a broad buzzword. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Yeah, for sure. Yes.
Right. And so someone coming in with these with this and promoting themselves in this way,
illusions of grandeur.
Oh, it's for me, it's very, very frustrating.
It's very, very really patronizing to everyone that actually is an MD.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I'm this like that. And it's like, well, you're kind of not, and you're actually really detrimental to like the idea. Even the ideas that she was saying were wrong from the beginning. I've got some clips if that's all right.
I want to hear some.
I hope you got the clip of her in the first 10 minutes saying that when my kids' friends come over, I don't take down my porn awards.
I do because she goes. Okay, she goes.
Fucking idiot.
Okay, she gets this one here. She talks about having kids, obviously.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But she talks about having clients as well. Like Kieran, I can guarantee you're going to have some things like that.
I had my first child when I was 19 going on 20, and I was in college. And so they've been, and then my second daughter followed 3 years after. And
I don't understand why she has a really hard time describing when she had her children, but that's beside the point. Then she talks about going to the shops and being a therapist and going in her pajamas. And I don't know why this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And one interesting thing that she brought up was like, oh, now she can't really go grocery shopping in pajamas, for example.
Yeah.
Or she can't just like, go on like a bunch of random dates and like, like there's a lot of behavior that I guess we don't want to necessarily see our therapists engaging in.
Like Kieran.
This is American. This is an American thing.
Who gives a
I have to jump in here.
Yeah, please.
Number one, therapists don't work in your town. That's just a golden rule unless you live in like a really regional place.
Oh yeah. This isn't Tin Cup where
right.
Tin Cup.
You just don't. You just don't. That being said, who gives a fuck if the therapist decides to go to the shops in their pajamas?
You're a fucking human being.
I see my psychiatrist all the time at the grocery store. I like usually see him. Like I've seen my therapist at the grocery store multiple times.
Is bananas and condoms and lube, but I see him all the time. It's fine by me.
Yeah, I mean, I was on a Zoom with my my therapist, and I actually got nude and started jacking off.
She's 100% hypocritical about this. She goes, "Oh, I don't want my clients to see me this and that." But then this is what she says, right?
Which I do as well. Like I don't, I don't provide therapeutic services to people that I work with.
That's fine. So she doesn't provide therapeutic services to people that she works with. But then she says this.
And there are so many performers that come to me as a therapist, and they will say, I've been going to therapy for X amount of years, but I've never been able to tell my therapist what I do.
So she doesn't give advice.
That is
contradictory.
And then all these porn stars come to her for therapeutic advice and do sessions with her. Like it can't be both.
I'll tell you what, busting a nut is pretty therapeutic.
Yeah, I mean, she definitely provides therapy for at least all the male or all of them. Everybody gets off, right?
According to her,
come on, now that's therapy.
Bisexual.
Yeah,
but we'll get into her relationship later because she's not only bisexual; she's a whole bunch of other things.
Yeah, can I just say before we continue, I went into this, like Kieran, you had said that you went into it with an open mind. I went into it with an open mind. I also came out of it with an open mind. So I listened to all of this and I was just like, yeah, I guess. I mean, like, I was just really, I guess, sympathetic. Oh, Kieran's gone. Yeah, he was frozen for a while. I could tell he was going to leave. I can sympathize with this person and just this podcast in general. Like, but the one thing that you brought up off the jump, it's Pornhub. Dude, what is the budget for this fucking podcast?
It'd be huge.
How can you not send a full fucking setup to each guest or host, like to Asa Akira specifically, and to each guest?
Or hire an audio engineer.
You can fucking get them in a booth. You can get them in a full podcast.
They're literally
studio.
Recording the show off their phones.
Yeah, off their laptops and phones.
100% phone.
We had we reviewed Lulu Love's podcast, and she actually responded to us, and she's like, it used to be about this or this. Thanks so much for listening and this, that. And she was great. And that was a
good for her.
Show, but At least she had she even said, we've got 2 microphones. We set this up. I speak really quickly. I'm sorry about that, this and that. But at least she was like honest about it. And at least it's like
For sure.
her videos, she shoots the videos all by herself as well with her husband. And
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah. Her
That's the
her.
setup. This is, like you said, this is
I'm a fan.
probably
I'm a fan
a
of hers.
multi-million-dollar company. Pornhub's got to be.
Yeah.
Exactly right. And then she's probably got money already saved up that she can put towards this. If this is something that she does, and she's done like nearly 100 episodes, I think.
Yeah.
And this is still not only the sound quality, but she has no ability to, one, really connect to her guests in any meaningful way, and 2, still no ability to present like a broadcaster in any kind of way. Let's get another host. There's got to be some other host.
It's
that's just as known.
Honestly, I think it's for girls. Like, it sounds like it's for girls. Like, if I was another gal and I was listening to that, I'd be like, cool, girl power. This is good. This is, whatever. This is passable. But like, it's not for everyone. And she preaches exclusivity, or inclusivity, excuse me, so much. Like, she's just like, literally, I don't care what you are. Like, they get into a lot of different things, and she only naysays. Yeah, you didn't hear the whole thing, but like,
I'm sorry to say, but these
ahead,
people are some of the most fucking exclusive people.
Yeah, for sure.
So let me talk about this. This is a great part. This is later on.
Yeah.
And they talk about fetishes.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So let's go on from that. They go on. So first of all, they can't really describe what a fetish is, and then we go, okay, let's.
That was frustrating.
Yeah, and then we go, let's use their description as a fetish as a basis. Then they completely fuck it up. So let's go through these clips.
I can't believe this.
Okay. What is
a fetish? Is the need for sexual gratification, or the attraction to an object or any aspect of the body that is not being used specifically for procreation. So we're always into fantasies. Yeah. So like, if you're playing with my breasts and it has absolutely nothing to do with I don't know, like you're not like warming me up to procreate me, like then you're exploring a fetish. It may not be your fetish.
I guess technically like a blowjob.
Yeah.
So,
hey, I have a boob fetish.
Yeah, me too.
I just have a woman fetish. It doesn't matter what it is.
So unless you're literally putting a dick inside a vagina, everything else is technically
a fetish.
Like,
Kieran, what is that true?
Is that right?
Oh, right. So
I love how I bring in his expert opinion, and right away off jump, I can tell I have zero expert advice on this.
Look, fetish. So I had real difficulty later on when they were trying to normalize some of these fetishes.
Yeah.
You have had people with true fetishes on your show.
Can I play some more clips and then we
Yeah.
Right, sure.
Okay. She goes, okay, what is a fetish? And it's basically anything that's not sexual, an object or something on someone's body that you need to like basically get sexually aroused.
She says serve you a lot. She says to serve you. She says that.
Okay, and this is what she says.
So no matter how many times you probably get people saying like, oh, I have an Asian fetish, like, no, you have probably an unhealthy relationship with race. But you cannot be someone's fetish. I, as a Black woman, cannot be someone's fetish. That's unhealthy. That is where we draw the line. You can appreciate my skin tone. You can appreciate my features. But to fetishize me is to dehumanize me, because a fetish is an objectification.
Yeah.
No, that goes exactly against what you said. Listen.
A fetish is the need for sexual gratification, or the attraction to an object or any aspect of the body that is not being used specifically for procreation.
Any aspect that's not being used specifically for procreation. So if someone's attracted to a certain skin color, then yes, that is a fetish.
100%.
It is a fetish. People can fetishize skin color, whether that be any skin color.
But I guess
retarded.
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm still defending this person that I should not be defending, But
This woman 100% does not have a degree in psychotherapy.
anything.
No.
Well, she doesn't have a degree in anything. I think that's settled. I mean, in America, I could be a therapist. I think if I just like took a couple of classes,
You could be a full-on rapist.
I could be the rapist. Yeah.
Well, continuing on from that, then she says something about she goes, "Oh, about porn that's Asian, like, you know, two Asians having sex," and this is what she says to that.
But like, I do wonder, like if like Asian race play, let's say, like, should that be on Pornhub? Because if it's Asian people jerking off to it, like, who is anyone else to say you can't masturbate to that, right?
Yeah.
But
So
I love,
As a very strong libertarian, if I want to wank off to two women or two blokes or whatever it is having sex that are both the same race, I should 100% be able to do that. Imagine the nerve of her saying you can't watch this unless you are the races that are in the porn. So if you are not Asian and you're watching a porn of a white guy or a black guy and an Asian woman, you can't watch it.
But she said here's my defense. Here's my defense. She said race play. So like it's somebody dressing up in like
I was thinking
the thing and like having the
like
hat.
going,
Oh yeah, me so honey. And it's like that thing. I think that's what she's talking about. I don't think she's talking about just two Asians having sex and then like only Asian people are allowed to do that. I don't think she's talking about that.
Even if there was a bunch of people dressing up in highly stereotypical costumes and making pornography of that.
It's for everybody. Yes, I agree. Yes. 100%.
for everybody.
The fact that they've made it means that they're comfortable with the fact that it's happening and as a sexual fetish, and 100% again should be legal.
Well, gay for pay.
Exactly,
you know.
right.
Yeah, gay
Yeah,
for pay.
90% of the male porn stars are also doing other dudes.
Yeah,
You know,
and for pay. Yeah,
pay.
yeah. They're not gay. Yeah.
I'm sure the women on OnlyFans who are, you know, waxing
Blasting each other with strap-ons. Yeah.
Yeah, or doing something like, you know, even doing foot, you know, playing with their feet.
I think I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve.
Oh, OnlyFans. So it's just I can't.
I'm sure those women aren't into feet, especially their own.
Oh yeah.
What people are paying for.
It's a foot fetish. That's 100% a fetish. Hand fetish, blonde fetish.
I got a boob fetish, like I said.
Any fetish.
I'm a tit man myself.
A boob fetish.
I'm sorry.
Like a nice fat ass.
Okay. So she's unhappy with people having looking at porn or having like fetishes of people of different skin color, but she's 100% trying to justify her rape fantasy fetish.
Oh God, yeah.
Here we go.
Personally, I definitely have like rape fantasies and stuff.
Yeah.
I think it has a lot to do with like being a woman. My sexuality was suppressed, blah, blah, blah. But like,
okay, I checked with
It has everything to do with that you're a whore.
You just want to get fucked. Yeah.
You just like dick.
I checked with my partner, Jess. I thought to myself, Jess, do you, as a woman, only because you're a woman, do you have a rape fetish? And she said no. So I'm under the impression that it's not because she's a woman. I think it's because of her insanity.
She's just.
Yeah.
Have any of you guys watched any Asia's?
Like, Asa Akira? I you know what? I meant to, and I didn't.
I have. I love it, and
she's good.
She's one of the 100% best.
Oh, really?
She likes to be fucking choked and smacked, and
good for her.
She likes to be treated like a human piece of garbage.
Well, maybe she doesn't. Wait, maybe she doesn't, but she likes the cash that comes from that.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, baby, I would too.
You know what I mean? So for me, it's just like, okay, well, you're getting paid for a job. And it could be the most disgusting, vile thing, but you've signed on for it to say, yes, this is what I'm happy with. Otherwise, you wouldn't do the job. And I don't know how much pressure, you know, I'm just going to say, you know, I'm taking out the pressures of being a porn star and having to do things in this.
Yeah.
But she's one of the biggest. And obviously,
for sure. Of the modern era. Yeah.
If she didn't want to do a scene, there was Pornhub would be right behind her. Go on, Kieran. I'm sure you got some clips. I've been cutting off your time.
Oh, it's to me. So people can have fetishes. That's fine. Whatever. And people can have those fetishes in their own home. no problem there. It's for me, and as a therapist, she didn't quite touch on this. There are types of fetishes where people are, let's say, they're really attracted to females' underwear. Yeah, they're so attracted to it that they'll be in a public place and they'll go up to them and they'll try and take their panties off, right? That's where the fetish is crossing the line.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or they might be into pain, a pain fetish, or giving pain to someone else. But when they're with someone else, the pain goes to such an extreme that the other person stops giving consent.
Mm-hmm.
Right, but they need that. They need to do that to get off. Most people aren't at that extreme end.
Most people are not Ted Bundy.
Yeah, most people are in that sort of like, this is a bit of a fetish and we're playing around and we can do this. And I found someone that's sort of into this as well.
Mm-hmm.
And that's, and that's okay, two consenting adults. It's when it tips over to that, like, someone's not consenting and it becomes a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's when a therapist is definitely going to intervene with someone and so someone could totally, I don't know, someone could totally be into rape playing, right? Okay, fine, whatever.
But what's that come from deep down inside though?
Well, I don't know, maybe someone's just into it, that's fine. If it was causing them a problem though,
that would
then
be the intervention part has to come.
That's when the intervention part happens. And to me, it was very, very difficult to listen to this, because I'm just like, hang on, how can you be a therapist and how can you be telling people sort of what they can and can't do, but then all of a sudden you contradict yourself, and now but it's okay for you to do this, or it's okay for her to be in this sort of rape play. I was just...
Can we talk about Asa Akira for a little bit? Because I think there's something overtly wrong with every relationship she's ever had.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
And I only take this because she says something like this. This one here.
I also do couples therapy with my husband, and I think that
wonderful.
like even more so than my individual therapy, like for us, like we've been doing that since the beginning.
Okay, so I had okay, how long has she been with her husband for? She's divorced from her husband in 2017, 2018, right?
Yeah.
So she was with another porn star during
Absolutely.
that time. They didn't have any children. She actually had 2 abortions during that time there. And then she
does have a son, right?
Yes. So she broke up with him and then got together again with an ex-boyfriend who dumped her. Apparently, this is what I've just read.
Oh my God. I love this background. Because I was fascinated with their relationship to begin with. Anyway.
Yeah, so she dumped her. She got her husband and herself divorced. No children, two abortions or 1 miscarriage or something like that. Yeah. Then she got back with an old ex-boyfriend who back in the day dumped her because she had no tits. And that's exactly what it said in 1 or 2 interviews that I could find.
No way.
Then she got breast implants.
Yeah.
Is still together with him. And now they have a child together.
Yeah. And it's about the same age as Ian, I think. Or like a year and a half or a year or something.
Yeah, he's only a young sort of thing. So that's where she's coming from. So she's just said now that I'm still going to couples therapy with my husband.
She started from the beginning.
But from the beginning of the relationship. Like, imagine like the first time you meet your partner, go, yeah, we're going to get married eventually, but we're going to get a couples therapy now. Like, I'd be like, fucking, like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
but we're both fucking other dudes.
Well,
or other chicks. It's just weird,
I guess. Well, I've been together with Steph for almost 7 years. My now wife. We've been married for 4 years, coming up in a couple weeks here. Been married for 4 years, been together for 7. We started couples therapy. We started marriage counseling, like literally in the spring or in like last year in the winter. Okay. Yeah. And then since it's been difficult we've been doing like video counseling, whatever, when we can, but then moving and everything, we haven't talked to her for like 3 or 4 months, but like, so we did that for a few months. I'm like, when she said that, I'm like, I could never imagine doing this like from the beginning of a thing. Like this is something that we need to do now, of course, sure, and that is healthy for, like, and the thing is, Jet Setting Jasmine, she talks about like, oh, well, you need it. This is, if it's not serving you, she's basically like saying like over therapy yourself, like
she said you have to go to therapy for yourself, and then maybe do a couples one, and then send your children to therapy, even if they're okay.
Yeah. So, Kieran, I actually wanted to get your input on this because in America, I think that it is. I don't think that it is. My opinion is that it is over. No, I don't want to say normalized because that's a dumb word. I think it's like pushed too hard at this point. Do you agree with that? To a certain extent?
I think there's a few different components of therapy.
Yeah.
People are clearly in distress about something.
Yes.
And they
I'm talking I'm talking like literally pre-COVID times. Like I'm talking like last
so there's that. Then you've got another type of therapy where someone is coming in because I almost call it like performance coaching.
Okay.
It's like my life is actually pretty good, but I want to now like raise my work through the roof. I'm running a business and I want to make sure I'm in like a peak performance, like an athlete.
You got to get the fucking stoke up. Got to get the stoke up. Yeah.
Right. So to me, there's that type of therapy. And then in the middle, I don't want to. Someone might have a quick little problem. It might be like a one session or something sort of happened.
Really? Okay.
But to me, a lot of these, there's a lot of people in the middle where it's just like, you know what? Yeah, something bad's happened to you, but this is a good experience, and you can learn from it. And you're not going to be saved. You need to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I actually feel my problem is, my concern is people who claim to be therapists without the high level of training.
For sure.
I mean, because from my training is we will never rescue a client.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we will
to hear.
We will never ever we will never rescue a victim. Sorry. We will never rescue a victim. Sorry, not a client. We will never rescue a victim. So if the person is playing victim, well, they might be victim for 1 or 2 sessions, but after that it's like, well, you've got to be willing to change or get out of my office.
Yeah.
I'm not going to help you here.
Right.
Come back when you're ready.
100%.
And it doesn't sound like any of these therapy sessions that any of these people are either running or going to in this podcast, they don't seem to that they want to change at all.
Yeah, it's kind of like she's just giving him a service of like an ear,
Yeah.
Service.
And it's more of a social worker rather than
ear service. Yeah. Because I graduated from therapy. So before my wife and I went to, this is very full disclosure. I don't know if I've even, Biggie's one of my best pals, and I've never told him that we were in like marriage counseling, but I went to a therapist for a while and of course a psychiatrist to get the medicine, and then therapy in the same building, met with a different guy, whatever. So the therapist, I remember there was a point where he just goes, all right, well, because I was seeing him weekly, and then it was monthly, and then it was like every other month, and he just goes like, all right, man, you graduated. Like, he's like, I think you kind of get it. I mean, and it was a lot of him listening to me, and then I think he realized, like, I think I'm just fucking listening to this guy, and he can do it. Like, he's fine. He's gonna live. And I haven't seen the guy for a year.
This is the thing with therapists. You never want your clients to build dependence on the therapist.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
right. You actually want to cancel them and go, you've now got the skill set.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. There's going to be some trouble, but you've got the skills or whatever to deal with it. And if
it's like any
come in
medical
distress,
profession.
come back.
Yeah, it's like any medical profession. You don't want them to come to the hospital every day. You want to give them the tools and the ability to go, you know what? If you're sore today. Here's what you need to do. Here are some stretches. If your back's sore, you don't want them to come to the physio every day. You want them to be able to do some stretches, show them exercises to do, so they never have to come back. Or if they do have to come back, it's for a tune-up rather than a continuation of session over and over and over.
Yeah. I think that,
and that's how that's how the chiropractor works too.
For sure.
Jet setting, we're just going once a month.
Jet setting.
Be careful with chiropractors, buddy. Chiropractors are quacks.
I actually think though, but people are using this as it's safety net. People are just going, my something to do with mental health, and people go, I can't touch this. I can't. Right. And I've got a job where I deal with university students, and part of this is going, no, you've clearly known the rules. You've clearly known that you needed a week out before an assignment's due. You've needed to contact us. So a week before your assignment's due, I'm sorry, see you later. Like, you're not getting your extension. Bye-bye.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're an adult. Deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, Kieran, you've obviously got a whole bunch of talking points and a bunch of clips. You want to talk about any of these clips?
Boy.
Play my I think it's my number 6.
Number 6? If it's not, just tell me.
They actually prepare for the podcast.
Yeah, it clicks. I like to think so. I think the difficult part about talking about fetishes in this way is that they have been stigmatized for literally in this book this particular book that's right behind me here. It's an old DSM. Well, old DSM. It's what's used to diagnose people, and fetishism has been in there for many years. Like it did not get a mental health disorder. Yes. For years, I think it may have. I don't get me wrong. Of when it was more recent than not that those things came out. They were all lumped together under things like pedophilia and bestiality, and it's like no. And so because of that, I think fetishes are a lot more normal. That they are developed really early on, and that people have been exploring them and in and out of different fetishes throughout their life, but there hasn't been space to talk about them without people saying you're crazy or you are you're perverted.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot.
Who pays this woman to run her mouth?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Kieran, try to keep under 2 minutes, right?
Can I just say, Jet Setting Jasmine, to me, honestly, is an opportunist, and she's just making money in every way that she can. Can I just say that? So. I mean,
it really feels like it.
God bless her, okay, for doing this kind of stuff. But at a certain point, come on, who are you fooling?
Who is paying this woman?
I'll tell you who's paying her. People who want to fuck her. I mean, literally, it's like. I was thinking at this point in the podcast, almost specifically in this point in the podcast, I was thinking, okay, so literally you're just making money because you're hot. I'm sorry to say it, but an ugly or average person like me, for example, if I was in girl form, if I had long hair, my sister is basically me in girl form. She couldn't make money doing porn. I couldn't make money doing porn. It doesn't happen. It's like you got to be hot, and then you make money because it's like, oh, I'm gonna, I think I might like this. No, you like the money. You don't like it.
Yeah.
Right.
I gotta admit, the whole fact she brings out the DMS or whatever it is.
Yeah.
DSM. My apologies. And then she talks about these things. I'm like, obvious. I don't think you understand.
This is the thing from a therapist's point of view. There are these mental psychiatric handbooks, right?
Yeah.
And she's referring to an old one. As a therapist,
very old one.
You don't refer to the old one, you refer to the latest.
Yeah, it's like, hey, the law is that you can't tie your horse outside.
Yeah.
Who cares?
The law is you can't drink a beer out of your boot.
Fetishes, sexual fetishes have to be she in that book, it must say that homosexuality is a
wrong,
sin or something like that.
Yeah, a sin,
not wrong, or a disease.
Yeah, or a disease or something. Because there's no way that they can lump fetishism in there with with pedophilia and zoophilia or whatever the hell she was.
Bestiality. Yeah, so she
Bestiality.
incorporates pedophilia and bestiality in that spill, and I'm like going, no, pedophilia is a disorder and a criminal offense.
Yeah.
And we're very, very, because what is it? It's about something about 5% of males actually are attracted to young boys.
I
Right.
like that.
But the amount,
Say it like that.
No, I said I don't like that. Aphebophilia is the one thing that was just put on my radar recently. That's
it's like
still
it's
fucked
like
up.
13 to 16-year-olds or something.
It's like 13, 14 to like 18.
It's still pedophilia. It's still pedophilia.
Aphebophilia still isn't that. Yeah.
we've had this conversation before, Church, but it's just been like, well, if you've got those attractions, go see a therapist, like before you act on them.
Oh,
Because
for sure.
they can be dealt with. They're the professional that will.
It's
deal with
okay. It's still bad to have those thoughts, but it's the action on them that's the criminal offense. The having of the thoughts is not illegal, but it's not a good thought to have, and that's what you should seek out to sort of go. Okay, let's fix let's try to better yourself the best way possible. Keep these thoughts under control.
That's like the
before you act
Catholic
on it.
Church's. That's like the Catholic Church's view on like being a homo, basically homosexuality. It's like, go ahead,
homosexuality is real. That's fine. You can be
gay, like be gay,
you know.
sure, but like you won't be able to get married in the church, and don't fuck dudes. But hey, you can be gay.
Get it. Why did they just let gay people become priests? It makes sense to me. At least they won't rape any little boys.
Hey, you know what?
Right.
A lot of them are. A lot of them are. Spoiler alert.
I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
Hey,
Kieran, do you want to talk about that some more?
Side note, this is just the perfect time to bring in this news article.
Catholicism. Yeah.
2 gay penguins have stolen an egg from 2 lesbian penguins at the local zoo.
Well, don't the males sit on the eggs anyways? Eh?
Do they?
In the penguin world, I thought.
Oh, so I think it must be the other way around. But fuck me, it was hilarious. There's drama in the queer penguin community.
Ooh, gay penguins. Next on Rory Povich.
Sorry, it's just a great.
You are not the father
of the babies.
So, she says something here where she can. This is later on in the show. My apologies, but she talks about how, and I know you boys will feel pretty strongly about this. She compares white people. Listen to the clip.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
It's almost like, I mean, in some ways, it's almost parallel to like any other entertainment industry. It's like we talk about cultural appropriation. Like, should white people really be making so much off of Black music? Like, it's kind of the same.
I remember getting pissed off about that.
There's nothing shits me more than people not understanding that art is derivative of other art. So if you like or are inspired by other artists, Black, white, Asian, it doesn't matter, and you use that as an influence, even if you make money off it, that's not saying that you are taking it away from them. You're borrowing ideas. That's how art works.
Well, that's like that old handbook saying that this is, fetishism is whatever disorder. Like, that's like that old thing. It's like, okay, Elvis may have been inspired by Black artists, and Elvis, he brought it to the forefront. But it's not bad natured of him to do that. He's like, I mean, I'm sure I don't know.
Led Zeppelin didn't play the blues to be like, we actually invented it. They go, no. We listened to all these old records and we loved it so much we wanted to do it too, but in our way with our influences. And that's what makes the music fantastic.
But now there's no segregation now. So it's like,
no, I think there's more segregation now. I mean, the whole thing with ages ago where Bruno Mars, they're like, oh, he's playing all this funk music, but he's not even Black. He's like Hawaiian and Filipino. Right. And it's like, so he's making great tunes.
Yeah, exactly. I wish that there was less of that, because it's like, it's not like we don't let them drink out of the same drinking fountain.
No,
it's like, why don't you just let music be music?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's really dumb that she would say like, oh, well, white people making black music. It's like, what the fuck? If we want to be equal, then we can be equal.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly right.
This is like one of the more like conservative and progressive views all in one. It's very weird. It's like it's both coming
It's called
together.
libertarian. It's just libertarian.
Libertarianism,
Let people just do what they want to do.
I have a sign in my yard. I have one political sign, and it's in my yard, and it's for a libertarian guy.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
So I am that.
So Jasmine is in a polyamorous relationship.
This is fucked up.
And she gets, and all of my clips just say this is a scam.
He's a poly person. He's a poly person, and we have a poly relationship. But he's definitely the one who has the capacity to have multiple lovers. He's the one who really wants to be able to have, the more of the freedom to be able to explore all types of relationships.
So he's gone to her. Look, I'm happy to be in a relationship with you, but I need to fuck every other woman.
And she tries to. She tries to backtrack.
She tried it too. She tried it too. 1 sec. The clip there.
Yeah, she tries to walk it back.
For our kind of discussion around it is for him. I explained to him is that I am perfectly okay with you having a million relationships, but it is important that my needs are met, and these are my needs. Can you meet my needs? And these are the primary things that, like, it's kind of like. I'll look at these kind of relationships, like with my kids. You can go hang out with your friends, but your room needs to be clean. The dishes need to be done. If my needs in this household are met, then I am perfectly fine with what you're doing out there, because that has nothing to do with meeting my needs.
Yeah, she's fine with her kids fucking doing drugs and being,
as long as the dishes are done.
If you're doing drugs outside my house, children, as long as your bedroom's clean, I'm okay with it, because that's outside. Are you?
Yeah, that's insane.
This backwards logic.
I remember getting very upset at that as well.
As long as the dishes are done, man.
As long as the dishes are done, go fuck anybody else you want.
And even she says, I don't need, it's good being poly because you get relationships from everyone else. Well, if he's having sex with 15 other people and then coming home to you and maybe giving you a little bit more attention, I'm sorry, that's not a relationship. That's called university. That's like, it's like
he's the real winner.
It's called a frat party.
Exactly.
He's like, and then she goes on. I've probably got so many clips,
no,
but I just want to keep
her thing is she tries to walk it back and be like, okay, some of them aren't even fully sexual. He just like goes on dates and stuff like that. It's like, okay, I'm just looking at it from a married person. Like, my wife, she gets upset that I have friendships that with girls that are female, like, which is understandable, right? But also, I have to really say like, no, she's been my friend. Like, there's 2 or 3 that I can think of, and I'm like, no, it's like, it's really hard, and that's just her, thing. But I can't even imagine somebody thinking like so opposite of that, like saying like, no, go ahead. And I don't think that truly exists. I think that the insecurity is always there, and she's acting like there is no, and she's like, oh, well, sometimes I get insecure. It's like this. I give this relationship like 6 more months. Yeah, I give it like 6 more months.
She obviously is like, I don't think she's happy with this arrangement at all. Like, she says she is, and I think it's a scam that she's bought into. And I've said this about many other polyamorous relationships, because it sounds like he's basically got someone he can always go home to and to basically cook and clean and have his children, and then he can still do whatever he wants. And on the opposite end, like, she can do pornography or whatever she does. But at the end of the day, like, she was talking about how, you shouldn't complain if you're. She compares relationships that he has with people, like with his cousins, that she shouldn't get jealous of. And I'll play the clip. And I was just like, this is it. You're retarded.
Yeah.
Look at your friendships. Look at your family relationships. Do you get jealous when your partner goes to hang out with his cousins and you're not invited? If you do, it's probably not about relationship style. It's about your own insecurities that you need to.
You know why I don't care if Jess hangs out with all her cousins without me? It's because she's not fucking any of them.
Yeah, she's not fucking her cousins.
Yeah.
There's the distinction. Like, you can have relationships. Relationships are not sexual. I understand that. But you're talking about going on dates with people and doing that sort of thing. That is pushing for the intimate sexual relationship. And that's completely different, you know?
In the brain, Kieran, correct me if I'm wrong, with all the Catholic shit I did when I was in high school and beyond. There is like a release in your brain of something when you release, I guess, for lack of a better term, serotonin or something like that. Dopamine, like whatever it is. But like when you enter a sexual like relationship, for most people, I shouldn't say for everybody, but like for most people, it's like there is this actual physiological thing that happens.
Oh, yeah,
when you're like super intimate.
But it feels great.
Yeah.
Like you feel elated. Like it's just fucking awesome. It's the best reinforcement you can get.
Yeah. So it's like that happens. It's not like he's not. I mean, we're talking about a human being here. Is this guy just not human? Like, is he the one that needs to be seeing Jet Setting Jasmine for his therapy?
I think at the end of the day, she was saying some things that are absolutely true. Yes, you can't get every type of relationship need, like, you know, because you can't have the same friendship that, you know, you and Big E have, or Kieran and I have, out of a partner. Because you're going to do, but in the same sense, there are certain things you do with your partner, like as a relationship, as an intimate relationship, as an irregular like a normal type of relationship, that you shouldn't be getting from everybody else.
No,
in my opinion, anyway. And you know, I won't
not sex, like just
just other things, you know,
sex. Yeah,
I know I've said it on our show before when we've talked about shit like this. It's like, I have a hard enough time dealing with one. I don't want to add more to it. The one I'm with is enough work. I don't want to be trying to work on more than one.
I don't know, man. I like think about it and I like, maybe I am poly. No, I'm just fucking horny.
It's like Homer Simpson when he thinks about two wives. It's like mow, chop, and it's like Marge is mowing the lawn, the other one's chopping the wood.
Yeah, dude. It's like I'm no way. I would not be able to. I don't think anybody. I can't speak for everybody, but I don't think.
Look, if is it Mormon or what religion?
Mormon.
Oh, the Mormons.
Yeah. And the Muslims have multiple wives.
You guys don't know much about Mormonism, do you? That's kind of a fucking American thing because it's built and bred in America.
It's an American.
I did actually.
America.
My proudest moment with the Mormon was
in America.
I ended up having this Mormon was in Australia.
Okay,
and I was actually on a Bucks Day night, and we had sort of finished dinner and we were waiting to go to the next thing, and there was like an hour and a half to sort of kill, and I was drunk and I was like, I needed to walk and get some fresh air.
Yeah. And
then I'm in the city and this Mormon comes up and it's like,
weird.
Have you heard about Mormonism or whatever?
Holy shit. Like, hold on. This person is evangelizing in the middle of the night?
Oh,
it was their job?
7 o'clock at night. There was about 4
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, but still, like, they're out and about, like, talking.
That's when your peak evangelical things go on. About 7 o'clock at night.
And these guys were from America, which
of course, 100%. They're missionaries,
which is great. Anyway, I ended up debating and arguing with this person for about 45 minutes, which was great. And I was really nice, but I was passive aggressive. So I was throwing in lines like, but you really haven't experienced the world, and clearly you're running away from some psychological issue because you've come to Australia, and so I'm throwing in things like that. And this crowd ended up building up.
No way.
My mates have left me because they're like, oh fucking hell, Kieran's just on.
Yeah.
Like, just fuck it, we're out of here.
He's going cerebral on these fucking Americans. Yeah.
Yeah. And then there was like a lead Mormon who came over.
The elder.
And he was like, well, thank you very much. Time to go. Like, got his other person away because it was just like this isn't working. And so then I was like, are you the lead Mormon or something? And he's really trying to like disengage me. And I was like, oh, but I really want to learn more. Come on, tell me about it. Tell me about this story.
Yeah.
Like, and so I engaged with him.
Magical underpants.
Yeah. The psychologist and the lead Mormon going at it.
It was
Can I ask for this?
So much
Can we
fun.
get more on the show for you can?
Fuck yeah.
This?
Oh my gosh,
This is
dude,
great.
I would listen to that.
I know a reformed Mormon, and I think he might be down to pod.
Oh,
Awesome.
brilliant.
I went to high school with him. Great guy, killer guy.
Awesome.
I'll have to get you in contact. Yeah.
Kieran, you've got a couple more clips on this board. How about we wrap this up? We've held these boys
Yeah,
up for
let's
far
try-
too
look-
long.
We are
Scott-
going long. I am way past my bedtime.
Scott loves to sleep, so he's
Yeah.
famously.
Let's
I love to
wrap
try
this
to get-
bad boy up, and then what do you got left?
I've got clip 8 and I've got no idea what it is. I've just got question mark, question mark, question mark.
Okay, perfect.
It may be more like, okay, I know my child is in there masturbating.
Oh yeah.
So instead of going
Fucking
in there and pulling the covers off and shaming this child, I am going to help create safe boundaries. So I might go to your room and say, Asa, close your door. When you're in your bed with your covers over you, you need to keep your door closed. When you're done, so I'm not even saying like when you're done doing that nasty thing down there, you know, when you're finished, you know, and even we can even use words, when you're finished pleasuring yourself, you need to wash your hands and rejoin us. There's those kids that like rub up on the furniture and it's like, okay, like you can't hump the furniture.
There's safe boundaries.
Insane
I
liberal.
see why you put question mark.
I remember why I put this in here because I thought, oh fuck, I really hope his friends don't listen to this podcast.
Yeah.
If I was in high school and I heard that, I would have that clip and I would be like sending it to everyone.
Yo,
bang,
what's up?
bang.
Your mom lets you jack off, dude, and it's just cool.
It almost sounded
fuck?
like it was gonna start like a fucking stepmom
Porno.
fucking
Yeah.
porno. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
seriously.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
I will actually pull the covers down and help facilitate this.
Yeah, seriously.
I want to make sure
I want to make
I wanna
sure
make
that
sure
you're
you-
doing it right.
that you're doing it right and you go to full completion. Fucking
I've
weird.
only got one clip left,
Fucking
and
whore.
this is I've talked about this on the show.
Is that
about
bad
lots
of me
of
to drag
podcasts.
women that way?
It's a bad word. You don't say whore.
I'm
I mean,
sorry.
whatever. She made
Whore.
you,
I'm
but
sure
you don't say
Sure,
it.
she's a lovely lady.
She's
Every
actually,
time she
you know what? I looked her up and I didn't turn off like my safe search or whatever. Like I didn't go on incognito mode, whatever. And she has tasteful pics that aren't nudes.
Okay,
She's
I'll have
good
to check
looking.
her out.
She's good looking.
What's she
I
go by?
jet setting Jasmine.
Jasmine.
I didn't look up her or Asa Akira before this. I did not.
I know Asa's work very
I didn't
well.
go on the hub. Didn't go on
You
the
still
hub.
got,
to
you
check 'em
still
out.
got time. You still got
Yeah.
time.
Oh, I do still have time. We're not sleeping yet, buddy.
So what's the final
I've-
clip you got
yeah.
for us?
I've only got one more clip left, and this is how good she at Asa Akira is at telling questions that she's obviously got written down.
Oh, go on.
Yeah.
So like what I guess I don't even know where I'm going with like where do like
So
so
it is
like,
about-
that almost sounds like that almost sounds like it's like I guess like I think like do you like where do we draw the line like between I guess
Yeah.
I would like to think
I
that
would
like there's to me like personally just like on a
Mhm.
personal level I feel like
Oh,
then
God.
like but like I
just
so
like-
like where how do we I'm wondering like and I don't know that I even have like a set opinion on this but like I'm wondering
You know what?
I knew that
Pornhub.
you were gonna go fucking crazy when I was listening to it. I was like, Turch is gonna cut all this shit out. Like you went
Pornhub.
crazy on us for being assholes, dude. That is so funny.
That was only 20 minutes of the show.
Oh my god, yeah. Every single
And
I
have
could
more- and
tell that it was killing you.
it was destroying Pornhub. For the love of fuck.
Pay somebody.
For $100,000 a year, I will edit your podcast to sound
100.
fucking pristine.
And we
that
will
is
get
my
the
offer.
fucking likes out of this motherfucker.
I'll edit it for 10,000. Shit. Hey,
Yeah.
man. 10 times.
No. Pornhub, $200,000 will do.
Oh.
Church will be paid 90,000.
We got the CEO's gonna make. a big chunk of that
Don't you
110,
try and
baby.
negotiate these deals, Church, without running them by me.
Yeah.
The CEO gets 110. CFO gets 90.
My apologies, you know.
Well,
There's a hierarchy. There's clearly a hierarchy in a dictatorship. In this
We can
podcast.
say it in our names. We can say that. Well, with all of that, that is Kieran. I think we sort of been giving a little bit of a rating. This has to be the worst of all the podcasts we've reviewed on this show. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I'd almost rather listen to your pedophile podcast than this shit. That's saying something.
That was true. At least they had a message.
And their audio was horrible.
That was terrible. Okay, look, with all the porn stars podcasts that we've listened to over these 5-6 weeks, or over October, and then obviously series podcast, this is easily the worst one.
I don't know. I hated series. I listened to the whole series one.
Series was bad. Series was bad, but
worse.
At least there's some like
it was worse like fully, but this one was worse for you. It was worse for me to listen to.
Yeah, it was really bad. And it was like 90 minutes long. This show.
Yeah, that was really long. It was really long, and it was just
almost like this podcast.
Yeah. Honestly, this one's real bad, yeah, for sure. But like that one, it does more damage to your brain than this one, I think.
Oh, I didn't even get to the bit where she doesn't even know the Maslow hierarchy of needs.
Oh my god!
I missed over that one.
Oh, I can't even. I'm gonna play some clips. My apologies.
Yeah. Go ahead.
She goes like this. Where are my clips? Yeah, it is.
And the other thing that comes up, and this is kind of why I dedicated my life work to intimacy in some form or fashion, is that that's what people are craving more than more money, more than, a crazy ass career, is that people are desiring meaningful relationships. And
this is my next clip about it.
Do you think once food, shelter, water are covered, like the basic necessities, I guess you could say, like to survive, like do you think the key to happiness is intimacy?
Intimacy.
That's not how Maslow's hierarchy of needs is. The second, so I don't know if you boys know what the Maslow hierarchy of needs is.
We're Americans, of course we don't.
Exactly right. But it's a very simple thing. Down the bottom, it's like what you need to survive, and as you go up, it's what you need less of to be 100%.
For sure, yeah, like a food pyramid.
But right down the bottom is like food,
toilet paper,
shelter, toilet, that sort of. And then the second one,
of course,
the second part is actually like
safety,
career, and safety. Like, and that's what it is.
No. Career's further up.
Oh, really?
It's. Sorry, I know this shit, Church. This is my area. You're butchering it. But continue, please.
Let me get it up here. Yeah. Sorry. The next one is, and I actually brought it up for myself. Yeah, the next one is personal security, employment, resources, health, and property. That's the safety needs. And then the third one up is friendship, intimacy, family. That's the third one up. So she's talking about how
people exist as loners, basically.
Yeah, you can do that. It's for something so simple that like even I know something about.
I'm a loner. I'm a loner now.
Being a loner.
Fucking Pee-wee Herman.
Big E, intimacy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's two more layers on top of that.
Yeah.
Right. Well, boys, thank you so much for being on our show.
For having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's amazing. Thank you for my apologies for making you listen to a porn stars podcast. It sounds so sexy when you think about it.
It does, doesn't it?
I enjoyed it.
I've listened to sex podcasts that you kind of don't want to listen to at work because you're going to be half hard.
Yeah.
But when you're like a Pornhub podcast and it's just this boring, stupid shit.
Yeah.
Interviewing other fucking porn stars. I'll quit calling them what I call them. Other porn stars. It's just boring. I don't care what you two think. Like I said earlier in the show,
I mean, truly,
I'm just here to watch you fuck.
Yeah. I mean, truly, honestly, when it comes down to it, I don't care either. But like I said at the beginning, I came into this with an open mind. I had an open mind throughout, and I'm glad that you guys have said to me, no, this is bad. She was bad. And then as I'm going, like, no, she wasn't that bad. Maybe she was kind of bad. And I'm like, she sucks. Like, and by the end, I'm kind of like, yeah, that kind of fucking sucked. But it was a mindless one. It was a mindless listen for me.
I had to actually listen. I listened to it twice
Oh no.
I was thinking
Only,
about it.
only because the first time I was like, it didn't seem that bad.
Yeah, see? But then you got to get into it, and then you see, you
Once-
know
Yeah.
what's coming. You know
As
what's
soon as you
coming. Like
start
you're,
making, as soon as you start making clips,
yeah, when
you
yeah,
want to
when
do it
you,
yourself.
hey, when you're done jacking off, open up your door. It's like, what the fuck?
You always feel really disgusting
So
after you
weird.
jack off, and that's how I felt after this show. But boys, where
Yeah.
can we find all of your good stuff to listen to?
I'm gonna leave that to Big E here.
You can find us on Twitter. Of course, I live on Twitter. Kevin's been popping up a little bit on Twitter with the
Little
Sixer
bit.
podcast. Check us out everywhere you can find a podcast. It's a Karaoke Big E podcast. Comes out every Tuesday.
And that's karaoke without the E at
yeah,
the end. So it's
yeah.
Karaokebige.
Yeah, you can check Kevin out exclusively on Thursdays
Yeah.
on the Sixer podcast. Turch, you've been on there.
It's a fun one.
I did a bunch in the beginning during COVID. Kevin really took the
It
reins
off,
on that,
yeah.
and he really likes it. So check out the Sixer podcast.
Definitely.
Comes out every Thursday. Check us out on Facebook and check us out on Instagram. We're everywhere.
Big E goes on Instagram every once in a while.
Instagram, but yeah, yeah, just check us out.
Yeah, Karaoke Big E and the Sixer. That's about it.
Awesome stuff. And for all of our fans out there, for all your wanking needs, make sure you follow us on SoundCloud, iTunes, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, and Facebook. And if you want to send us some hate mail, a death threat, or a rant, record it on your phone and just email us.
We're talking to you, Jet Setting
Only do
Desmond.
one- That's it. We only do one take podcast at gmail.com. Boys, thank you all so much for being on the show. And Kieran, thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Go have
And-
yourselves a day.
That's right. And we will see you all next
In lockdown.
Thursday. All right.
All right. Hopefully that turns out well.
Did you see my eruption?